Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Spirited Life podcast. This podcast is a little different because it's the first time I have ever videoed. I actually was doing so good about doing Facebook Lives for a while, and then I just kind of got out of the habit of it. But those were really enjoyed, I guess, by my audience because I would have people watch them on Facebook, and then I would have people watch them on YouTube, and then I also turn them into clips on the site. And so I thought, I just got done recording a class for my Elevate Your Fate program, and I thought, why not just keep going? I need to record a podcast, so why not do it this way? Today's episode is going to be a really fun one because I feel like, while I fully believe that you need to be working on yourself in order to tap into your intuitive abilities, and your intuitive abilities help you tap into yourself, I feel like I've been kind of focused a little bit more on the self-help, or the more earthly side of life, the more human side of things, and how those things feel and how they impact us and impact our vibration, right? So today I actually want to take the time and I want to get a little woo-woo. I want to get a little weird and go back into mediumship, which is why I do what I do anyways, which is such a beautiful, beautiful gift that I am so grateful for. It changed my life 100%. But I still find that depending on who I'm with or what we're talking about or what the social situation is, that I have a tendency to pull back that aspect of myself a little bit. When people ask me, what do I do? Depending on, I read the room. Sometimes I'm a mindset coach, which I am. Sometimes I'm an intuitive development coach, which I am. Sometimes I just introduce myself as a medium, which I am. I am all of those things and more. I'm a mindset coach. I help people with their money mindset. I help people with their businesses. I help people with their social media. I help people with all of these different things. But the one commonality that they all have is that I don't really do it from... Let me back that up. I don't really do it on my own. I do it with spirit. I do it alongside spirit. So anytime you ever do coaching with me, you're not just getting me, you're not just getting Ashley. In fact, most of the time I am working with your spirit team. I kind of leave the doors open. What I always tell people is it's like you're in a counseling session with me, your spirit guides, your spirit team, and you. And we're all sitting in this one energetic room. And you're there, you're asking the questions, or you may have what's on your heart. And I'm there as kind of like the mediator, but your spirit team, they're doing most of the work, most of the talking. And so when I'm helping you with your business, when I'm helping you with relationships, when I'm helping you work on your self-love and find out where your blocks are and all of that, it's not coming from me, it's coming from spirit. And so I think sometimes it's easy for me to get away from the mediumship side of this, forgetting that that really is 90% of what I do. Even if I'm not sitting here giving you a full 1 hour mediumship reading, everything that I do, from the classes that I teach, the meditations that I channel, the advice that I give, the connections that I make on the phone, and even half the time when I'm doing podcasts, I start to riff, and it all comes from me allowing spirit, my spirit team, my guides, your guides, to speak through me. And so you'll see me sometimes, if you are on a FaceTime with me or you're on a video with me, if I'm kind of looking up and to the left and I don't always notice I'm doing it, that's usually when I'm channeling, right? I'm usually kind of getting out of my own way to allow spirit to come through. And so that's what I want to talk about today. Like, what is mediumship? How do I use it? How can you use it? And how can we allow it to help us, guide us, shape us, and put us on our highest path? So when I am giving, and where do the messages come from? That's what started the spark for this podcast. Where do those messages even come from? Where does that guidance even come from, right? So it's so funny because you have the people who love to test mediums, right? Or test intuition. And they're like, well, who are you talking to? Where is it coming from? How are you getting it? If you're not sitting in front of me, then how are you getting this information? Well, I'm here to tell you that I've been doing this work almost 10 years now. My son is 10. I started doing it a little after he was born. So almost 10 years now, and I prefer to do readings where I can't see you at all. I prefer to do coaching where I can't see you at all. This isn't because I don't like you or I don't want to see your beautiful face. It's because I don't want to read your body language. I don't want to see the expression on your face. I don't want to know if the messages are resonating with you, because then I don't want my ego, my human side, to step in and muddy the message, confuse the message, or turn the message. And so this is why I used to do a lot of gallery style readings. I used to do conferences. I used to do bigger type settings where I could see everybody and I was in person with them. I don't like them. One, they just personally drain me. I know for some people that do what I do, it really lifts them up and they feed off of the energy. For me, it drains me because I get uncomfortable. And I get uncomfortable because I like to close my eyes when I'm doing my readings, because I want to block everything out. And then I get uncomfortable because I feel like people are watching me and my eyes are closed, and it's just a whole thing. So I stopped doing them because they drain me. I stopped doing them because this one place that I won't name that I was doing them at, it just felt really inauthentic to me. It felt like they were there for the money and not for the connection. So I would start to make a really, really good connection for someone, really start to get deep into their messages and helping them. And then they would say, you know what, 20 minutes is up, next person's up. And I didn't like that. It felt very inauthentic. That's not what I'm here to do. So the reason that it works, the reason that I can connect to spirit and I don't have to see you, feel you, have any article of yours, and by the way, those are all red flags. If you go to someone who is a reader and they need something of yours and they want you to describe it to them, like they're cold reading you, be careful. The reason that I don't want any of that is because I want you to know without a doubt that it came from you, that it came from your higher self, your soul, your spirit team, and your loved ones if they show up. And we do this vibrationally. And I think that's what a lot of people don't know or have forgot to remember, as spirit would say, because we're here to remember that we're a spirit. We're having this human experience to elevate our soul, to work out our karmas, to enhance and increase our vibration. So we forget that we are a spirit having a human experience. We forget that the soul is just energy, vibration, right? And so if you are someone who's into science and you need the logical aspect behind it, then you know energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just is. And so when you die, your physical body, it dies. Your energy doesn't. Your energy can be in many places at many times. And that's why when I'm doing coaching and we do a lot of healing work and a lot of inner child work, and people say, I don't understand how you just got that memory. That's something I didn't think bothered me. That was from when I was 5 years old. I thought I let it go. Well, we leave energy there. We leave energy where our traumas are. We leave energy where our big excitements are. We leave energy places. And so when I'm connecting, when I'm talking to spirit, when I'm talking to your spirit team, when I'm talking to your higher self, I'm not talking to the person. I'm talking to the energy. I'm talking to the soul. I'm talking to the imprints that the soul has gained from those human experiences. I hope this is making sense. And so what I teach my students when they want to learn to connect with their higher selves, their intuition, or even tap into their mediumship abilities, I teach them that we've got to raise our vibration. And so I love that it's more talked about now. I love, like, when I first started doing this, it was all woo-woo, and people were like, what are you talking about, your vibration? Your vibration is just your mood. It's not. Your mood and your vibration are two very different things. Your mood are your human emotions and circumstances and the things that are happening to you in the moment. Your vibration is how you be, where you are, how you exist. Now, of course, it can fluctuate, but the vibration is the energy of your being, is who you are in that moment, season, circumstance, intentional type connection. I feel like I know that didn't make sense, but stick with me. So when I'm doing a reading, my vibration may be here. I kind of stay here. Even when I'm bad, like sad, even when I'm having really hard days, my vibration never really dips below here, where I feel like I used to maybe live down here. Okay. So I'm kind of always in this vibration of allowing myself to be led, allowing myself to be guided. Even if I see those things and I don't follow them, I allow them to come to me. It's how I naturally live. It's how I naturally experience life at this point, because I've been so intentional and I've been doing this work for so long. And this is what I teach people too, is to raise their vibration, to be a vibrational match for the things that they want to receive, the energy that they want to receive, the experiences, the connection, the people, the opportunities, the things that they want to receive. So I stay at this vibration. When I intentionally connect with spirit, so let's say I'm giving a reading, it's the easiest example. When I intentionally connect with spirit, I have to raise my vibration way up here, like way, way, way up here. And spirit, whose vibration is way, way, way up there, has to bring theirs down. So if you look at it like this, so if I'm here normally and spirit's here normally, I have to bring my vibration up to meet them, and they have to bring theirs down to connect. And so it's not a matter of necessarily words and connecting how you and I would. It's a vibrational connection. It's a connection of consciousness. And so that is why, you know, for people who are still like, oh, I call bullshit, cool, I get it. I was one of those people before too. But think about it like this. When you walk into a room, you know if people are staring at you. When you are sitting alone in a room and you don't hear anything and there's someone in the doorway staring at you, you can feel it. That is energy. That's consciousness. When you feel, for my more intuitive, more woo-woo people, when you feel like you're home alone, but you keep seeing something out of your peripheral, or you feel like somebody's watching you, or you feel like somebody just passed through a doorway, likely you have a visitor, not a bad visitor, and that's something we can talk about another time. Not a bad visitor, but a visitor nonetheless. So an energy, a loved one, a spirit, a ghost, however you want to say it, it's because it's energy. It's because you can feel it, okay? Your aura is big. It's big. And that's why if you are an intuitive person, you find that one, you take on the energy of other people very easily. So if you're very empathic, very clairsentient, meaning you receive through feeling, you feel things about people, you feel what they're feeling. Your energy is really big. I can teach you how to pull it in. You actually should learn how to pull that in to help manage your empathic gifts. But then too, if you're a very intuitive person and you haven't pulled in or grounded your energy recently, and you're in some type of mood, then it could be good, it can be bad. And then the people in your house come home and all of a sudden they are mood matching, energy matching you. It's because your energy can fill a room. The more intuitive you are, typically the bigger your energy is. So the more that you need to kind of learn to protect, manage, and rein in that energy in certain times and expand it in certain times. Times you would expand it would be when you want to feel into the situation, when you want to give a reading, when you want to receive a reading. Times you would pull it in is when you don't need to be taking on other people's energy, when there's sick people around you, when somebody around you is in a bad mood, when you're in a large crowded space like a mall or, you know, a grocery store or something. So I know I've gone off like 5 different tangents, but all of this comes back to the fact that when I am giving readings, when I am connecting with your spirit team, when I am doing intuitive coaching for you in whatever capacity that looks like, it is not necessarily me connecting with the you that's sitting in front of me or on the other line of the phone. It is me connecting with your consciousness, which is why when I do readings or when we do coaching, people are like, oh my God, like I wasn't even thinking about that, but that is exactly what I needed. How did you know how to bring that through? Where did that come from? Like, I've never even told anybody about that. It's because it comes from deep within your soul, deep within your energy, your consciousness, the source of who you are, however you want to say it. When mediums are connecting with you, giving you readings, they're connecting with the consciousness of all that is and all that includes you, not your human. Your human can get messages from your higher self. Your body can give you messages for you. But really, this little suit is just a vessel for you to experience this life, for you to remember that you came here to remember, meaning that you as a soul chose this life, the people in it, the soul contracts that you've made, the shitty circumstances, the good circumstances, the good experiences, the bad experiences, all of those things, so that you can remember that every lesson is a blessing, every person is your teacher, every moment that helps you grow, or every moment is a moment that will help you grow, and you can be grateful for every one of those moments, the good, the bad, the sad, the happy, all of it. And so if you are someone that is like, well, I want to learn more about intuition, and I believe in intuition, but I don't believe in mediumship, I don't believe in spirits and ghosts and all of that, that's fine. It's fine. It really all goes hand in hand. Manifesting, law of attraction, raising your vibration, consciousness. What else? What are other ways that people say it without saying mediumship? Oh, there's so many these days. Ask and you shall receive. Think it, believe it, receive it. Any way that you want to look at it, any kind of self-help, any mind over matter, any of that, it's all your intuition. And all your intuition is you connecting with source or God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, and the source that is within you, the consciousness that is you. And so here's a fun little thing for you, a fun exercise to do. If you're like, okay, Ashley, this is fine, great, I still don't really believe in it, then I want you to go, and even if you're not someone that meditates, I want you to just sit in quiet for a few minutes. Just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just say, put your hand on your heart if you want, and just say, hello. Hello, who's in there? And I know, like, it makes me laugh. Say, hello, who's in there? And of course, your immediate response is going to be, well, me. Okay? Well, who are you talking to? It's not your mind. You're not talking to your brain. Your brain's not talking back to you. Your body's not talking back to you. There is a consciousness inside of you that is talking to you, that is guiding you, that is connecting you. And of course, you also have the ego. And of course, you also have your spirit guides. And you have all these different aspects of consciousness that can connect to you. But if you really sit and you just ask, who's in there? Who am I? How about that? Who am I? Your first response is going to be, well, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, this is my career, this is what I do, this is how I help people. That's not who you are. Those are things that you do. Those are roles that you play. Who are you? And the only way to answer that self is to truly get to know yourself on a spiritual, on a soul level. Because you could not answer that question if there wasn't a consciousness within you. You wouldn't be operating, you wouldn't be speaking, you wouldn't be moving, you wouldn't be going, you wouldn't be doing without the consciousness that is within you. So any type of mind over matter, any type of intuitive work, any type of mediumship, any type of psychic ability, all those things really is manipulating, shifting, and connecting to, and being open to receiving the consciousness that is available to you at all times. And you know, you can research it. There are government programs that have researched this. There have been so many different programs over the years dating back to like the 40s, where experiments have been led on consciousness, on psychics, on mediums. Remote viewing is one of my favorite. There's a documentary, I can't think of the name of it. It was performed by the CIA, but remote viewing is one of my favorite subjects to talk about because it's just so cool and it can be so incredibly accurate. And it's one, I've never taught it, but it is an exercise that I do personally with myself. And I've done it by accident before. It's just really, really cool. Remote viewing is amazing. A lot of mothers have it, you know, you think of it as mother's intuition, but really your kid's consciousness is a part of you because it came from you. So those two consciousnesses, is that a word? I don't know. They're connected. So basically, I am rambling now, but I want you to know that if you take that small little exercise and you say, who am I? And you try to get an answer, you will see there's something in there deeper than just this human that's floating around having all these good, bad, negative, and positive experiences. There's someone deeper in you, and that someone deeper in you is waiting to open up, is excited to open up, is like just waiting and ready for you to say, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this thing. Let's see the magic of the world. Let's see how beautiful this life can be when we live it from your perspective versus this human perspective. And really all that is what I talked about in the very beginning, is that vibrational shift. Going from the human point of view to the spiritual point of view is a very small shift that anybody can do. And so if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. I would be happy to give you a mediumship reading, and I would be more happy to connect with you via coaching, because when we do coaching, we get mediumship readings, connect with your guides, your higher self, you, and help you get really, really down to what it is you need to do to awaken, to get on your best and highest path, to let go of your traumas, to raise your vibration, and just all of the above. So thank you for sticking with me, whether you watch this on video or you listen to it on the podcast. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.